What comes to mind when you think of the abyss? Death, darkness, chaos. But the abyss was never just evil for the sake of being evil. The true motives behind each abyss hero's desperate fight for survival deserve to be heard and understood.
The Abyss. A perilous place where resources are scarce and only the strongest survive.
Shattered, broken, and charred landscapes. These are the raw visual elements that form the Abyss. We want players to feel from their very first glimpse that this is a realm hostile to life itself. The Fire Demon Fortress stands among the barren expanse of scorched earth, its structures jutting out like menacing fangs, ready to bite. In the Sanguine Lair, Gothic architecture twists into claw-like formations, wrapped in batwing, membrane-like designs that create a sinister silhouette. This deprived environment nurtures only the most primal forms of life. The eternal darkness of the Abyss has caused the eyes of the creatures here to wither and evolve. Their incomplete evolution leaves bone and muscle grotesquely exposed.
Beyond the merciless environment, the Abyss harbors an even darker threat: the power of the God of Darkness. Those tainted by this corruptive power surrender their free will, their bodies and minds twisting until they become nothing more than puppets of the God of Darkness. This is the Abyss, where cruelty and slaughter are the laws of survival, written in blood and etched into bone.
Our characters possess powers formidable enough to resist death itself. Yet the primal struggle for survival never fades from their essence. They are not imprisoned by death, but by the need to meaning, each trapped in their own dilemma of survival.
For Thamus, survival has never meant mere self-preservation, but rather ensuring the existence of the entire fire demon race. In our narrative, we've shaped him into a more nuanced, multi-dimensional leader and antagonist, and strengthened his connection to his tribe.
Thamus' identity as a leader permeates his concept design. His imposing silhouette radiates raw power and dominance, befitting his status as Lord Lava. The new molten core pulsing in his chest is his life force. As long as it exists, Thamus cannot die. His sickles are not just tools, but extensions of himself, deadly shards crystallized from his own molten body. The Omega symbol, Omega, carved deep into his chest, marks not just conquest, but rebirth, the end of the old reign, and a new dawn for his people.
Unlike the fire demons who battle tangible threats to their existence, Obsidia and Alice pursue a more profound form of survival, one that transcends the physical realm.
Obsidia, the sovereign of the Abyss, wields power that few can comprehend. As MLBB's only circle-strafing marksman to date, her passive is the cornerstone of her killing potential. With each kill, Obsidia harvests bone shards from her victims. Every basic attack then unleashes these accumulated shards in a merciless volley against a single target. This terrifying sustained damage allows her to dominate the late game with overwhelming firepower, killing enemies with deadly grace. This is Obsidia, and she's here to reclaim her power through merciless slaughter.
For Obsidia, I designed a living weapon that evolves with her deadly power. At first, the weapon appears as merely a spine, fragile and incomplete. As the slaughter begins, it feeds on the essence of her victims, sprouting aggressive, barbed vertebrae along its length. With each kill, it grows more ravenous, eventually transforming into an instrument of death and destruction. This is the dark gift bestowed by the God of Darkness. The more merciless the slaughter, the further the wielder ascends above mortal beings.
But power always has a price. The Abyss became nothing more than a pawn of the God of Darkness. Its inhabitants thrust into an eternal conflict between light and darkness. Obsidia herself fell under the God of Darkness's dominion, reduced to a mere puppet, stripped of will and choice. A fate worse than death. What Obsidia truly desires is spiritual sovereignty, a state where no entity, mortal or god, can bend her will. This freedom is the true survival she so desperately pursues.
After exploring Obsidia's journey of growth and transformation, we chose to center her promotional video around the theme of confronting oneself. In her dream, you witness Obsidia facing her old self, the corrupted vessel and thrall of the god of darkness. This past incarnation appears murky, distorted, and radiating with the power of darkness. When Obsidia resolutely destroys this shadow in her dream, she delivers a defiant blow against her past.
This confrontation transcends mere physical combat. It represents Obsidia directly facing her spiritual dilemma, darkest night before her soul's awakening.
Alice's dilemma isn't born from external threats, but springs from the bottomless desires within her own heart. Her insatiable hunger for power, status, and strength drives her to fill that void by dominating others. An endless cycle of taking, but never being satisfied. This obsession stems from her past, where she was manipulated and exploited under the guise of love. After her awakening, she shattered the chessboard of fate with her own hands to become the player instead of the pawn, never relying on anyone else again. She seeks only to satiate her boundless desires and ambitions.
With Alice's new look, she now wears the crown symbolizing her family's honor upside down on her thigh, a brutal statement as she tramples underfoot everything her lineage once treasured. I also incorporated more decorative elements crafted from blood to enhance the viscerality and sense of power befitting of the Queen of Blood. Her wings feature skeletal structures resembling a predator's claw, a visual manifestation of her domination over her prey. Every aspect reflects Alice's complete severance from her past and rebirth as the Queen of Blood. Yet ascending the throne hasn't guided her toward truly living. Her insatiable greed, her need to control, and her endless desires continue to be her prison.
While both Obsidia and Alice struggle to escape their spiritual prisons, they walk drastically different paths in their quest for survival.
In her relentless pursuit of a better existence, Alice would endure any torment as long as it led to greater power and status. Even as Obsidia's imminent revival casts unknown dangers, Alice continues her cold calculations, seeking to exploit any power she can. The spawns of decay, the Sovereign's blood, Obsidia, and Thamus. But Obsidia stands as the undisputed sovereign, a ruler in spirit and essence. The only existence she will accept is her true self. She once reigned at the pinnacle of power, only to become a puppet of divinity. It's precisely because of this fall from grace that she understands the value of free will and what it truly means to live.
Obsidia's story is not only written in words, it is also reflected in the music. We used musical notes to echo the will of her abyss, weaving an intricate, layered melody. As the strings build into 4 interwoven parts, they traverse between different sections, mirroring her inner struggles and entanglements. The composition features percussion elements to match Obsidia's identity and skills. Ominous footsteps getting ever closer, each step heralding a lash of her weapon, each step marking another kill. The bones gradually come together as the chilling image of the Sovereign appears before us. Combined with alternating low and high, high and low piano notes, we created a sensation of abyss creatures gazing upward in reverence while she looks down upon her subjects. Thus, the Sovereign of the Abyss returns once more, walking the path of a godslayer.
In the cinematic trailer, even though Obsidia and the God of Darkness have become one in flesh, she still sought to become the edge that will destroy their mutual existence. What fascinates me about Obsidia is her willingness to sacrifice her physical self for her spiritual freedom. She's someone who would stake her existence on a gamble. The cold, ruthless sovereign of the abyss. In the final scene, the hauntingly beautiful shot of ancient blood spilling across the frame illustrates her will to find life through death. To truly live is to be free, perhaps when her body perishes in the moment of her rebirth.
Back in the present, Obsidia, whose physical form once perished, has revived from her cocoon, which also wakened the Night Palace. Light dances through the depths as plankton drift about and bone-like rocks begin to spiral. The Night Palace once again pulses with life.
The Night Palace, the instrument of Obsidia's revival, naturally became the stage of the cinematic trailer, drawing Alice, Thamus, and Dairath into its halls through some unexplained force. Through multi-perspective storytelling and interwoven timelines, the trailer brings all our heroes together within the Night Palace and illuminates the tapestry of personalities, fates, and convictions that bind them. Here, each hero's struggle to survive converges on a singular moment for us to witness. Obsidia, unwavering in her pursuit of free will, once again stands defiant against divinity. Alice, consumed by insatiable desire, probes the mysterious power of the ancient blood and Obsidia herself. Thamus, shouldering his people's fate, unleashes his fury upon Obsidia. And Dairath, amidst the chaos, searches for himself and where his future leads. Within this perfect storm of the abyss, we hope the audience can feel the raw conflict of choice and survival, and the emotional core of each character. Let "Survive the Abyss, Strive for Tomorrow" resonate not just as a slogan, but as the fractured heart of the abyss.
They each face their own trials, yet not one will ever kneel to the abyss. Rather than yielding to darkness, they bare their fangs and hone their edges within it, revealing a fierce, undeniable will to survive. This is the abyss, a realm of darkness where survival has taken on profound meanings. Let us witness the struggles, the anguish, and the unwavering resolve of each hero in their rawest form.